pero en stream no se ve así.
Cuando haya proyección, hoy que hay bastantes, apagan el cartel.
Vale, vale.
Estamos todos de lejito. Vale, y encender. El botón está detrás del cartel.
Sí.
Eu sou Pedro Miranda, trabalho no museu desde 1995. Nesta altura sou vigilante. Eu tinha saído de uma empresa e, portanto, na altura surgiu esta oportunidade, eu concorri. Eu também estava ligado à parte cultural. O meu pai, ele houve uma altura na sua vida em que fundou uma associação de cores. E a partir daí eu estive também ligado. Depois, não na área cénica, mas também fiz parte da Companhia de Teatro Almada. Portanto, tenho ligações à área das artes praticamente desde sempre. Dentro da minha categoria já fiz quase todas as funções. Passei pela loja do museu. Olá, Dulce, bom dia.
Oi Pedro, bom dia, como está? Passou bem?
Bem, obrigado.
Bom dia, fala Dulce Gonzaga.
Dulce, felizmente Deus já chegou.
Depois, a seguir, estive também numa portaria. Eu trabalhei durante praticamente 17 anos à noite no museu e depois saí da noite porque pretendia continuar os estudos e também estive a fazer coordenação de vigilantes. São 20 euros. Ok, tudo bem, eu já ir. Vejam lá se eu não partem nada. E depois agora estou novamente a fazer vigilância. Olá, bom dia. Chega. Claro que a nossa função é também fazer guarda às obras, evidentemente, mas a nossa função onde se manifesta mais é no ajudar os visitantes naquilo que eles precisam, dando-lhes as indicações, onde as peças estão. O museu é bastante grande e, portanto, as pessoas muitas das vezes perdem-se aqui. É aqui no piso de baixo, descendo, é aqui neste canto. Descendo aqui as escadas, contornando a zona de entrada, segue em frente, é a zona dos presépios e capela.
Muito obrigada.
Absolutamente. Quem está numa porta, o tempo às vezes não se dá por ele.
Olá, boa tarde.
Quem está na loja também tem um bocado isso, porque há alturas em que o movimento também é bastante grande. Para eu parar, alguém tem que me substituir, porque a fluência é contigo. Obrigado.
Pedro, dê-lhe um jeitinho no balcão, se faz favor.
Geralmente isso não costuma assim acontecer, embora que tenha picos. Nas salas a situação é completamente distinta. Nas salas temos que usar a imaginação, que é mesmo a palavra certa. Quando se entra, quando se chega, eu quando cheguei ao museu, o tempo não chegava, porque eu queria saber como é que as coisas eram, o que é que cá estava, que isto é tão grande e tem uma quantidade tão grande de peças. Não digo que sejam todas, mas pelo menos eu tinha a ambição de poder saber e para poder fornecer o maior número de informação a quem cá vinha. Depois, com o tempo, as coisas começam-se a tornar mais complicadas. eu assisti a uma visita, acho que foi de uma escola, segundo o que eu me lembro. E foi a primeira vez que eu ouvi alguma coisa sobre a peça. E achei fascinante. Até fiquei um bocado desagradado porque era uma escola e eles ligaram muito pouco. Olha-se para os biomos sem se contextualizar. E acha-se que é uma peça decorativa com umas figuras humanas, mas sabendo que ali está a representação dos Nambanjin, que é os bárbaros do sul, que no fundo acaba por também ser a nossa própria história. Foi uma das peças que me despertou mais a atenção, talvez porque é das poucas peças que nós cá temos que se referem a nós. Nós estamos ali representados, porque fomos nós que fomos até o outro lado do mundo, com os propósitos comerciais, mas também fazendo o transfer cultural. Aliás, eles fazem diversas referências a que nós não tínhamos morada certa, que falávamos alto, que comíamos com as mãos, as particularidades, narizes grandes, as vestes muito largas. Portanto, a forma como eles nos representam, tudo isso é muito interessante. Para eles era uma diferença substancial em relação àquilo que eles estavam habituados. Os biombos Nambã são uma estrutura em madeira, em papel, com folhador e pintura de têmpera. São compostos por dois pares. Um deles descreve a chegada do Manau, que presumivelmente terá vindo de Goa com mercadorias para o Japão. Os mercadores acompanhados com alguns animais. No outro bioma é um cortejo de mercadores e jesuítas com a população japonesa a assistir à passagem. Este bioma tem o seu canonizer, que é o pintor, e é do princípio de 1600. No segundo par, nós temos a partida do chamado barco negro, com o levar de materiais de regresso a Goa. Eu acho muito curioso a forma como eles representam a nau. O barco é negro, derivado à impermeabilização com alcatrão, algo que para eles era bastante fora do vulgar. Eles tinham navios mais ou menos semelhantes. Em estrutura, presume-se que eles nunca tinham saído do mar do Japão. Este par é de Kadonomi, que é do final de 1500. Sempre achei uma obra muito interessante. A peça estava no mesmo lugar onde estava há 27 anos atrás. É o único piso do museu que não sofreu qualquer tipo de alteração. O terceiro piso sofreu alteração, as entradas sofreram alteração, o segundo piso do museu nunca mexeu. Eu sei que é complicado, é porque é o piso que exige mais trabalho de conservação. Os biombos Nambã são papel, tem que ser mantido em condições muito excepcionais. São peças muito frágeis. E a acompanhar no mesmo piso está lacas, marfins, madeiras, e do lado contrário tem a zona de cerâmica, toda ela em vitrine. Tudo isso, para se alterar ou mudar, é complicado. Para o bem do próprio museu, há de ter que sofrer alterações.
Já estou aqui a capela, desligar as luzes da capela. Eu, entretanto, vou desligar as luzes dos móveis também. Mobiliário.
Olha, mas não fujas muito, hein? Não fujas muito.
Portanto, eu tive 17 anos. Do meu percurso, a grande maioria foi a trabalhar à noite. Quando eu trabalhava à noite, eu tinha muito essa de que eu era verdadeiramente o guarda do museu. A nossa função é de prevenção, fazendo as rondas, verificando os equipamentos que eventualmente possam dar problemas. Assim como nós recebemos o museu, temos que o entregar. Tive aqui situações, pronto, complicadas. Já tive aqui inundações durante a noite, em que houve salas que ficaram cheias de água e, portanto, houve uma máquina de ar-condicionado que começou a verter água e inundou o salão nobre do museu, ficou completamente, tinha um palco de água. Nós tivemos que fazer uma situação que não é muito conveniente, mas teve que ser a solução. Não havia outra, que é abrir as janelas e vai água para fora. Mas era que 1h30, 2 da manhã. Nós à noite temos que fazer com que as coisas não aconteçam. Não acontece o museu tomar vida à noite. Tomáramos nós, que fosse como no filme. No filme o museu ganhava outro tipo de vida à noite. Não, o museu aqui está mesmo morto. Só não está morto porque tem as máquinas a funcionar. Eu tenho colegas que eram mais suscetíveis e depois tem a ver as pessoas acreditarem ou não que existem fantasmas. Eu tinha um colega que acreditava e, portanto, isso tem a ver com as características de cada pessoa. Eu não acredito nisso, provem-me o contrário. Ou seja, não é não ter medo de nada, não tenho medo de uma série de coisas. Não sou diferente da maior parte das pessoas. Mas do espaço em si, não, quer dizer, já ouvi barulhos, mas isso faz parte. Com as variações de temperatura, material muito antigo, é natural que faça ruídos. Madeiras das molduras se estalam à noite, o vento, todas essas coisas que se passam aqui. Nunca apanhei nenhum susto, posso dizer assim. Quando cheguei ao museu, era eu e outro colega. Ao fim de meia dúzia de dias, quase já não há assunto, não é? E apesar de nós termos 2 turnos no museu, ou seja, um em que entra-se às 5 e sai-se à meia-noite e outro da meia-noite às 9, quando se está no segundo turno é muito complicado. Sai-se daqui, vai-se para casa, dorme-se, come-se e volta-se para aqui. Não é possível praticamente ter vida familiar, porque quando os outros se levantam é quando nós nos deitamos.
Bom dia, Pedro. Tudo bem?
Olá, Dulce, bom dia.
Então, está o da noite?
Foi boa.
Vamos lá ver o dia 2. Vou abrir a loja.
Sim, agora vou tomar café.
Nós andarmos ao contrário das outras pessoas é muito duro, mas pronto, mas é a função. O meu percurso é o museu. É ver o que tem acontecido, as alterações, que talvez não tenham sido tantas como aquelas que seriam necessárias, mas que tem mudado. Eu já tive 6 diretores do museu, não me esqueci de nenhum. Não é o mesmo museu que quando eu entrei, é diferente.
Bom dia, Narcisa.
E Paulo.
Obrigado.
Não se esqueça de aprender do álbum.
João Almeida, bom dia.
Estou Costa, bom dia.
Ok, eu vou já abrir isso, tá bom? Obrigado.
No meu íntimo, eu acho que nós estamos aqui para o público. Aliás, sem eles nós não fazíamos sentido nenhum, não é? Nós estarmos a guardar o museu não é propriamente a nossa função. Nós estamos aqui para que o público possa usufruir das obras. Em segurança, como é óbvio. O museu para mim sempre foi o refúgio, porque é aqui, é o sítio onde, ainda mais à noite, mas é o sítio onde eu me sinto confortável.
I've come to this book prison on a mission. Last time we learned more about gay.
But now we're exploring an area that's even more complex.
Spain. When did Spain start? Who? And third question.
This is Spain.
Walk around old Spain town and you'll start to find clues about the past.
This random bit of land was home to the Celts and the Iberians, before it was taken over by the Romans, who called it Hispania. The Muslims came from Africa, changed the name, and gave them other words like olive and pimp. And that was fun until these two beauties got together for Jesus, kicked them all out, and sent this man off on a murder cruise. Then, some wars, this, a man called Frankie Chanel doing that at Eurovision, whatever happened yesterday, and that's all Spanish history. Or is it? Someone who was there for most of it is Javier Anciano Viejo.
Hello, I'm Javier, but my friends call me Dusty. The first ever bull ring was right here. It used to be called bull flirting. Matadors would dress provocatively and perform pole dance routines to seduce the bulls. There were even a few marriage proposals. It was a different time. I used to do mushrooms with Picasso in a flat on that corner, before he got weird.
I asked Dusty what his fondest memory is.
Meeting the most beautiful woman I've ever known. At the funeral.
Spain's history is really a story of conquest and new beginnings. But if they turn that story into a movie, what would be on the soundtrack? Next time. Clapping, clip clopping, and we're in Spain. See? Last time we took a trip down history lane. But it was long and could have done with some music. And what Spanish is quintessentially more music than flamenco. From the guitars to the shouting, flamenco music is considered the true sound of Spain. But scholars believe Romani settlers from the east brought it over in one of their little gypsy bags. Regardless, flamenco captures hearts everywhere, like the Digginses, who moved from the UK.
Hello, my name is Phil Diggins.
And I'm Deborah Diggins. We came here for Phil's work. A lucrative contract is a crash dummy. He's never home. And when he is, well, I've always admired the women of Spain. Their poise, their strength, their mystery. He doesn't know where I go at night. I'm getting bananas. There's something about flamenco music. It reaches deep inside me to something untouched. I did try signing up for a proper class, but I don't understand Spanish, so I couldn't. I do wonder if I'll meet someone while I'm dancing. Someone who understands the rich complexity of a woman and what she desires. I don't know what that means, or if it matters. I'm back, but not really. If music is food for the hungry soul, what is food for the hungry body? The answer is food. Next time, savvy solutions, soil, and
5 years. I'm home now, reflecting as I look back, reminiscing about the beauty, the people, and all the priceless memories imprinted forever in my mind. In hindsight, one thing I learned stands out above all else. Traveling isn't so much about where you go or what you do. It isn't about going around the world ticking countries off a bucket list. Traveling is all about the journey within ourselves, continuous and boundless. Conditioned over the years in a capitalistic world, we seem to have lost our way, far from our roots, estranged from our spiritual nature. We have built our own cage. Imprisoned within the confines of our unlimited consciousness, we chase a mirage of freedom, only to find ourselves drained from the ability to create the change we need. While recognizing the urgency for action, we continue to perpetuate social disparities and tighten our grip on the living world. Yet a spark of compassion still flickers within us. This spark, the essence of love that resides in every human being, is our most powerful means of transformation and the key to building a desirable future. Search for meaning, understanding, and self-discovery, I embarked on a journey of adventures and human encounters. Over the years, I have interviewed a wide range of people, seeking profound connection, inspiration, and answers to the challenges of our world. Let me introduce them.
Yo me llamo Kim, mi nombre es Maya. I am Navarro. I'm Matt.
I'm Mackenzie.
My name is Will. Charlie.
Joanna.
Jody.
Clarice.
Maximus.
My name is Laura.
Abel Morales Jimenez. Tout le monde en fait. Me llamo Carlos.
Most of the people, they call me Ankabo. My parents' name is Ankabo.
We are all lifelong learners, both students and teachers. Each of us has the power to contribute to the world we envision for ourselves and for future generations. Whether it's sharing a story, a message, or a lesson learned, the truth of the heart inspires. While inner transformation appears to be the foundation for external change, a single spark can often ignite a profound shift within, laying the groundwork for a global renewal.
One can spend this moment trying to say what they think should be said for the camera, or one can use this opportunity to deeply interrogate themselves.
What makes me happy? What does the world need the most?
If I had a message to spread to the world.
This series is an open book retracing 5 years of travel and encounters, revealing my personal reflections and deepest feelings, along with the twists and turns of my journey, the joys and the sorrows. You will hear from travelers, locals, and artists from all around the world, each offering their unique perspectives and insights. I've shared a part of my life with these people, our path I've crossed, and they have inspired my journey.
Cheers.
Now it's your turn to discover what they have to offer.
So happy to be back with you.
When people try and live up to society's standards, they're trying to make somebody else happy instead of themselves.
It's amazing how people who have so little to give but love can give so much.
Aprenderse a amarse a sí mismo para poder transmitir ese sentimiento después a otras personas.
Tout le monde a le pouvoir de faire changer les choses, et surtout dans son quotidien, et je pense qu'en partant de là, tu peux faire changer le reste.
Somos capaces de transformar el mundo si tenemos una mente con pensamientos claros y lúcidos. Eso es.
A revelation is coming. Our consciousness is shifting. We will reinvent the relationship with ourselves, with others, and with all living beings. It is up to us to redefine what it means to be alive, what it means to be human. Explore the unknown, learn to step back and look within yourself. Share your teachings by spreading love all around you. It is with this philosophy that I share with you this docuseries, this piece of life, this piece of story. A story of passion and beauty, a story of travel, connection, learnings and love.
My name is Elian. I was born and raised in France, and I've been working on a documentary series for about 10 years. After all this time spent writing, filming, and editing, I can finally share the full outcome of this chapter of my life, and I feel incredibly grateful for that. I've collected tons of footage and turned it into over 14 hours of final content. And now, I can't wait to release it.
I am 21 when I finish my studies in the food industry, but I already know it's not going to be my path. I have two options: embark on what would surely be a dead end, or take the time to think about my future. I chose the latter, and in 2014, I packed my bags and fly to New Zealand on a working holiday visa. I start filming bits of my travels and discover a passion for filmmaking. Although I only make landscape videos, I already sense that I have found something that truly resonates with me, and I start to think it might just be the beginning of a long story.
When I returned home after 9 months in New Zealand, it was clear to me that I didn't want to pursue a career in my field of study. I was yearning for a meaningful job that would allow me to make a positive impact on the world, but although I had developed a new passion for filmmaking, I was still quite lost regarding my professional future. Then I watched a few documentaries that truly inspired me, and I was struck by how filmmaking could convey powerful messages and drive positive change in all aspects of society. For me, it felt like discovering my vocation. I realized I had a powerful tool at my disposal, and I wanted to use it to inspire change through storytelling. In the meantime, I felt the need to get to know myself better before deciding what to do with my life and how to do it. So I started to think of a way to travel with a purpose, and this is how What's Up on Earth began.
In 2015, I started writing my new project and preparing for my travels while working to save money. I mapped out a 4-year journey around the globe with no intention of coming home in between, and I only had a vague idea of the itinerary. I planned to work along the way in Canada, the US and Australia, but basically the whole trip is freestyle, which is very exciting. After all, isn't it not knowing the very essence of adventure?
The initial idea of this long journey was to make a documentary film about various communities and inspiring initiatives. But over time, I have let myself go with the flow of encounters and opportunities, and I somehow lost sight of the original purpose of the trip. My initial focus shifted toward themes related to self-discovery, the search for meaning, and the pursuit of happiness, and I began interviewing people along the way about universal questions. It took me a few years to figure out what to do with all this content, but eventually it all led to this documentary series. I've poured a lot of time, passion, and love into this project, and I truly hope it resonates with others as much as it resonates with me. I hope it will plant seeds in the minds and hearts of people, and in one way or another, provide insights and inspiration to help foster the change we need.
As the day of departure approaches, the project I have in mind is still very blurry, but I tell myself I will have time to figure it out along the way. With my whole life about to shift, I'm apprehensive about leaving my city, my friends, and my family for so long. I know I will never forget this last morning, surrounded by my closest friends, chilling in the warm sunshine of early spring. I am awaiting the fateful moment. Today, I'm traveling to Paris, where I will catch my flight to Montreal, the first leg of the trip. As my friends walk me to the train station, the pressure intensifies with each passing moment. Only a few more minutes before departure. A final word, a final hug, and before I know it, I am on the train. I can't contain my tears as I feel my friends saying goodbye through the window. I have no clue what's ahead of me. Excitement, fear, nostalgia. So many feelings wash over me as the train slowly pulls away. I think sadness is not among them. As scary as it may be, I know why I am on that train.
Con la gracia de la mamá y de la labor que se va a hacer, que es entregarla a la nieve, hay un permiso espiritual para que su merced haga esa labor.
Ok. Mi mamá nos dio el permiso.
Sí.
Ok, vamos a honrarla y que quede para siempre en el Sisuma. ¡Euya! ¡Bye, bye, bye!
Soy las lágrimas de los glaciares que desaparecen, la memoria de un paisaje eterno, el silencio de una desaparición. Te necesito a ti, a tu voz, a tu fe, mi centinela.
Soy Marcela Fernández Barreniche y me considero una ambientalista, activista por los glaciares y los páramos colombianos. crecí como católica y creo en las enseñanzas de Jesús y la Biblia. Pero cuando empecé a viajar y empecé a descubrir que había otras religiones, otros dioses, otras formas de venerar, de admirar, de rezar, entendí que mi espiritualidad era mucho más holística y que mi verdadero Dios era la madre naturaleza.
Tú que ignoras todo sobre el mundo vertical, mi universo glaciar, has abierto las puertas de lo sagrado.
Creo que los glaciares para mí han sido unos maestros en el despertar de conciencia, y eso despertó en mí un interés para acercarme a esas raíces ancestrales que tiene el territorio. No era científica, no era montañista, pero descubrí que tenía otras habilidades con las cuales podía contribuir con mis dones, mi talento y mi tiempo.
Tenemos para cocinar como palitos para cocinar. Federica tiene grambones, casco.
Faltaba un diálogo entre espiritualidad, montañismo, ciencia, activismo, y eso es Cumbres Blancas. Cumbres Blancas es un movimiento, es un colectivo que busca darle visibilidad a los glaciares tropicales, busca acompañarlos y realmente proteger y conservar estos ecosistemas frágiles. Quien pudiera explicarnos qué son los glaciares, por qué se están derritiendo, cómo podemos cuidarlos, encontramos un glaciólogo colombiano y con él creamos una relación profunda de amistad, de amor por nuestros glaciares. Se ha convertido en nuestro mentor y maestro.
Y hay unos glaciares que están en extinción y que es pues el deber de todos como registrar ese cambio. Pues la gente lo sabe, ¿no? Ellos dicen, sí, aquí el glaciar ha cambiado, pero la idea es colocarle números, ¿sí? Dimensionar, decir cuánto ha cambiado. Es Jorge Luis Ceballos y trabajo para el Instituto de Hidrología, Meteorología y Estudios Ambientales IDEAM. Yo hago un trabajo técnico y científico. Tengo muchos datos que aportar a la sociedad. Pero me es difícil comunicar y sensibilizar a la gente colombiana, en especial los jóvenes. Cumbres Blancas sabe cómo hacerlo y entramos en una alianza muy interesante de difundir el conocimiento acerca de los glaciares.
Sabemos cuando no hay energía prestada.
Porque los jóvenes saben que es cambio climático, pero desconocen cómo es la dinámica de nuestros glaciares colombianos.
Eso es como el sábado. Por ejemplo, el sábado estuvo muy lluvioso con mucho viento, fue difícil. Y ya el domingo de ayer, o sea, fue un clima espectacular, sí parece diciembre. Eso es claro.
Bueno, recordemos que los últimos 2 años hubo un fenómeno de la niña, ¿no?
Sí.
Mucha lluvia, mucha nieve, ¿no? Ahora entramos en un niño, entonces va a ser una buena oportunidad.
Mi verdadero enemigo es el hombre y su ignorancia. Bajo el peso de sus excesos, mis glaciares se doblan y encogen en silencio, condenados. Hagas lo que hagas para aliviar mi sufrimiento.
Hemos aprendido a ver a los glaciares como enfermos terminales. Y cuando uno tiene un enfermo terminal en casa, lo que quiere es darle la mejor medicina, los mejores diagnósticos, entender cuáles son sus síntomas. Los glaciares han sido maestros para afrontar el duelo de mi madre. Un poco de sus cenizas, un poco de ella, quería quedarse en los cristales de nieve para acompañarme para siempre en mi causa y en mi propósito. Trabajar por los glaciares es saber que es la crónica de una muerte anunciada. La nostalgia de que algo va a extinguirse puede ser doloroso. Nos hemos enfocado en transformar esa nostalgia, ese dolor, en creatividad, en innovación, que permita que podamos darnos cuenta que hay un duelo que debemos hacer como país, entendiendo que en 25 años nuestro país no tendrá más nieve sobre nuestras montañas. La alta montaña es un ecosistema interconectado. No podemos hablar de glaciares sin hablar de páramo. El frailejón es el rey del páramo.
Si mi hielo conecta cielo y tierra, es en su umbra donde se despliegan los ríos. El páramo es el único guardián del agua, la nieve, la niebla, que la vida necesita tan desesperadamente. Pero el páramo también es frágil.
Las llamas consumieron vida vegetal con un valor incalculable para el ecosistema de alta montaña como los frailejones. Campesinos y bomberos trabajaron para detener el avance de las llamas.
Frailejón por frailejón podemos restaurar los páramos. El frailejón es también un símbolo de paz. Por eso trabajamos con el ejército, con los batallones, con los campesinos, con las comunidades cerca al páramo, para unir fuerzas en la restauración de los ecosistemas que más queremos. Lideramos muchas formas de comunicación por nuestros glaciares, con el ánimo de ser su megáfono, sus embajadores, su voz. Por eso hacemos charlas, festivales, expediciones, hicimos un libro en homenaje a ellos, siempre buscando que las personas puedan acercarse a los glaciares y escuchar qué es lo que ellos nos quieren decir.
No hay un momento tan por eso que vamos a revisar también, pero es una ayuda de...
Manos unidas permanecen unidas.
¿Dónde está el clima del Valgomón? Que se conserven las
Porque subes.
Subir a la montaña me ha enseñado a transformar lo irreversible en oportunidades, en posibilidades. No puedes subir solo. Por eso, Cumbres Blancas es un equipo comprometido por el amor que le tenemos a nuestros glaciares y hemos aprendido a ver cada objetivo, cada meta que nos proponemos como una cumbre que solo encordada se puede lograr.
Frente al colapso de los glaciares, al clima que les perjudica, aprender a decir adiós. Y luego, unir fuerzas para reventar la esperanza.
Hi. So I want to ask the creators of this series to join me up on stage real quick. So Kirk is there. Anosa Guarda, this is Spain. What's Up on Earth? Woo woo! Hello, how are you doing? So yesterday was a day very much in Spanish, a very talkative day. Some of you already saw. Today is now a little bit more international in the first part. Then we'll also have some local things. We saw some very different things in this block with different touches. Let's start with you. So your series is Anosa Guarda. We saw it one of the first ones. Tell us what inspired you, because your show is about all these characters that are, let's say, normal, ordinary. So what inspired you from their ordinary lives?
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming and for the invitation. This project, the inspiration was actually because they might be ordinary, but they were a mystery for me. Because when I go to a museum, I stay like 15, 20 minutes in a room, and then I follow with a visit and I go through the whole museum. And then there's always this person seated or standing. And I was thinking, well, how is it to be 8 hours in one of these rooms watching all these paintings? What is the relationships these people create with these art pieces? They get tired of them? Do they create like an emotional relationship with them? And by the time I was producing this, it was like 2 years ago. We spent a year filming in the Museu Nacional Arte Antiga in Lisbon, which is not the oldest, but one of the oldest museums in Portugal and one of the biggest, and with the biggest national art collection. We are already collaborating with a museum, and they wanted me to do this series, and basically they wanted to do something that was about the pieces of their collection through the perspective of the surveillance guards. But I made a counter proposal telling them, what if we go a little bit further to know what is like their daily life and their experience, what is their relationship with the visitors? Because what I found, I made the same questions to all of them, and they gave me very different answers. Some of them have a very profound relationship with the art itself, while others, they really don't care much about the art, but they really like the people and to interact with the people. So it was like a tapestry of very different perspectives, both on art, on caring for art, but also about relationships with visitors and people from all around the world. But it's, I guess we can say it's behind the scenes of the big institution and about the power of enjoying art.
Okay, so thank you. So we're going from Portugal. Our trip takes us to around the world, but coming from France. Tell us, like you already explained quite well, what your intention was when making the documentary. So I really love the spirit that you had in the documentary and the way you portrayed the ideas and the places. I wanted to ask you, what places really surprised you?
What place you said?
Yes.
You mean like what country?
Yes, while doing the documentary, which places you thought were surprising or different or inspiring? Like if you had to choose one experience maybe, or two.
I feel like a place is always related to an experience, so it really depends if you're taking the place as like as a country or as like a landscape, or if you take the whole experience. For me, like I've spent most of the time in Canada. I spent 2.5 years in Canada during my trip, so I would say that that's the place that touched me the most, because I spent like a part of my life there. But then I also had like various experiences in many different places with like many people, and I feel like all of them are like a part of this series, and all the people and all the places I think have had a drop of water in the creative content of this series. So to answer your question, I would say Canada for sure has been like a very important part of this series, because I spent most of the time there. But like Panama during the confinement, the lockdown as well has been like very important for me. The Pacific crossing from Panama to French Polynesia, there were like many very intense and insightful experience in many different places.
So it's a hard question to answer, I guess.
So from France, we went to Canada, to Panama, many places, and going back to London. But the series is called This is Spain. So tell us a little bit about, well, I have many questions for your show. I had a blast watching it. But the first one would be, why Spain? And where did you find the stories?
Well, first of all, thank you for validating my very serious documentary with these fine gentlemen. I have always been fascinated by Spain. Obviously, I'm from London. My Spanish is horrible, but in secondary school, which I think you guys call Insti here, we get to pick between French or Spanish, and I took Spanish very seriously. But the level of language education in the UK is very bad. That's why I think English people have a stereotype of not being very good at other languages or other cultures. So Spain kind of always loomed in the distance for me. And I realised in the last kind of decade of my life I would come to this country more and more and more. I'm a comedy writer, but I wanted to see if I could intersect that with a place that I am still very much an outsider of. Obviously, we shot half of that in London, but we shot a lot of it in Spain, and I wanted it to look as if we went all over the country. We only went to Malaga. But in Malaga, we had so many different terrains, locations. There are 4 episodes, we only showed 2 today. And I wanted to give an impression of a country that is unknowable, because obviously it's a comedy, it's not a real documentary, but I wanted to touch upon the idea that there could be a lonely British housewife, who wants more. There could be a miserable Spanish man called Javier who has lived through every single event. And I'm hoping that the more time I spend here, the more stories I'll find that are real.
Yeah, I thought it's really like a one-man show, but you can see how fun it is, how much fun I think you had writing and then acting it. I thought, at least I had fun watching.
Thank you. I had fun putting on the wigs.
So I wanted to. I really like asking this kind of question. Sometimes some things could be embarrassing. Or a lot of people don't like to talk about failure or about things that went really wrong, but I think we learn a lot from things that go wrong and to never repeat them again. So is there anything throughout the shooting of your shows that went really wrong? Nothing, right?
You can start with me, of course. Loads of things went wrong. This is Spain we shot in 4 days, and it was in Malaga last year, and I don't know if anyone was paying attention to the weather in Malaga, but there was a horrible storm. So everything that we shot on a beach was in between getting obliterated by sand. You know that sand in a wind is very, very painful, so in between shoots, like screaming in pain. And then I'm trying to think of the 2 episodes that you saw. Dressing up as the character Deborah and dancing in an alleyway in Malaga is not easy to do. We did get bothered a lot. And I think when you're doing comedy in the real world, you're going to have to deal with real people, and sometimes they add texture to that. Other times they just make shooting and the practicality of that very, very difficult.
So the takeaway from that would be careful where you shoot.
Exactly.
On my part, I would say it's more about like the post-production process that was like the most like complicated for me, because like the shooting has been spread out over like many years, and it was like a part of my life. So it wasn't like I wasn't on a shoot. I was just. It was a little bit like every day I lost a drone on a volcano, but except that, everything went fine. But the post-production process for me was the hardest, because it's been 2 years now that I'm editing, because it's a very long very long project, and it's hard to keep on editing without releasing anything. I had no idea how the series would be, if people would like the topic, and if people would be interested in it. So it's hard to keep on editing and moving on in a very blurry, environment, I guess. So for me, yeah, it's more about the post-production process.
So takeaway would maybe be have an editor do some of the work.
I would say don't wait 5 years until you start editing.
Oh my God. And don't bring a drone to a volcano. Bad idea too.
Well, the shoot itself went really well. We took a dog to the museum and nothing wrong happened with that. And these characters, these people, they are very easy to deal with. And so the shoot itself, we didn't have any accidents or drones ruining a painting or something. But a museum itself, we might think of it as a very easy to control environment. But actually it isn't. It's a location that it is a problem in this production, because one day we are shooting to a wall and there's a painting there, and the next day they took the painting to another exposition outside of the country or something like that. We have a lot of problems with sound because we can't turn off the air conditioner because of the conditions of the art pieces. And so we might think of it as an easy place to shoot, but it isn't. And the post-production itself was quite hard, because we had to publish 1 episode per month, so we had to shoot and edit. It was like a year every month publishing 1 episode. It was a marathon.
Yeah. I'm putting up fires right now. Before we say goodbye and hello to the next section, I just want you to say in 1 word, because we're going to do this exercise later, what would resume your show or your shooting? It could be any of both.
I need to think about this.
Ask the question again. What would resume the show?
Like one word that would resume your show. Or a sentence.
Summarize.
Yeah.
Educational.
Love, 100%.
So looking at the details, I think, and found the interest and the passion in them.
So thank you all so much for giving us such different perspectives, and let's give them a round of applause and go to the next one.